If I hit you up and I'm like, can we please hang out? Can we please link up? And you're like, nah, we can FaceTime. I will block you. If I like you enough, I'll tell my my leadership coach on you. But if I don't like you, I'm blocking you. Because you are getting in the way of my wellness. I need this. I need to be able to hold your hand and hug you and laugh out loud and kiki. I need this.
Here we go.
I'm falling in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Becoming Redacted, a podcast where I'm constantly figuring out, actually, no, I'm giving myself permission to figure out who I am and who I want to be, how I want to show up on a daily basis. How are you guys doing? How you been? How was your week? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good. Currently, I am in the city. Guys, I'm home. Guys, I'm home. I love New York City down. Like when I think of this city, I just think of such a high version of myself. I haven't been out here in maybe a little bit over a year, if not just exactly a year. And so like the drive over, just brought so many memories back for me. Every time I cross the bridge into Brooklyn, it all comes like flooding back. The memories of being here, of showing up here, of being on my own, of making friends, of making mistakes, of small wins and highlights. It's just, I love that. I love that when I think of a certain place, I think of good memories. Yesterday I was in a car and I was thinking like, dang, like when I was in New York, like my NYC girly era, it's whatever. It's whatever it was, right? But when I think back, I think back on like I should have done more. I should have done better. I should have worked harder. And it's just like, girl, can everybody take a breather? Please, not too much on my girl. Not too much on my girl. I came out here on my own. Actually, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, I lived in New York all throughout 2023. I moved into the city for work. I was working here remotely, and I had friends here, and I just wanted to experience being in a new city on my own and see kind of like how it would show up. And I did it. I mean, my job was already here. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to New York for 3 months. And I ended up being here for a year. And it was like the best year of my life, the most eye-opening year of my life. If you're looking for permission to do that crazy thing and go and move to that city, this is it. Actually, I shouldn't be the one giving you permission. Give yourself permission to do something for yourself. But being on my own and building relationships, I just like really lucked out being here. It just, the way things fell into place for me, it was like, yeah, God is like affirming that, okay, cool, do your thing. And then I started cutting up, and he plucked me out of here. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today we're talking about the fact that I did something crazy. And sometimes when we look back on our lives, we can have such a judgmental lens. Let me not say me. I'm talking about me. I can have such a, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this more? Why didn't I do that more? But it's like, what if we thought about the things that we do? The ways that we did show up. The wins that we got. The friends that we made. The moments that we were able to create for ourselves. And now the memories that we're able to look back on. So yeah, I'm driving in and I'm like, I was living in this city. I came here. I barely knew anybody. I had my own place. I had to figure out how to take care of myself. You know what I mean? The things like I had to figure out the space that I'm taking up in this community and like build relationships and just like find my bearings. And I hustled, and the opportunities that I opened myself up to and saying yes more often to new experiences. Like, okay, shoot, you want me to assist you with a photo shoot at the World Trade Center. Like, I've never done that before. I didn't see that in the timeline for my life. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I assisted so many photo shoots and I worked with so many amazing people. It's like that version of me. I had such a negative outlook of her, but she ate. She ate that. Like, she really did. How old was I? I was 25. I'm talking about like like it was like 15 years ago. The good old days. I can just recall when I was just in the city on my own, a young woman. But that felt really, really, really good to come back here, and my memories are like rushing in. Like, I'm staying with a friend and her house is like 2 minutes from where I stayed, and I'm like, I'm back in my neighborhood. Like just the memories of being here and showing up here, and how the community that's here embraced me. And even kind of like my friend that I have. It's crazy. Life, if you let God guide you, life will just be so beautiful. Life can be so beautiful for you. I actually met this family through TikTok. Yes. I met this family through TikTok, and she was having an event, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to come through. Let me know if you want to take pictures, but I'm like, I would love to support you, yada yada. I show up and we click. I joined them for church once, and then we just kind of like, that's literally how it kicked off, and we've been maintaining this beautiful friendship with these sisters, and now I'm actually here to just spend time with them and also celebrate the opening of a new era. I'm not trying to do too much. I don't want to share too much of her story, but it's a season of celebration for them, and I wanted to show up for them, and I wanted to support them as they're entering a new era of their lives, which is amazing. It's amazing to see the things that God can do through the lives of others around you. Like, I don't look at others' wins and think, why couldn't that be me? Why couldn't I have this level of clarity? Why couldn't this door open for me? I'm like, oh my gosh, I am happy for you. And that's what we need more of. Be happy for the people in your life that are winning. My perspective is, listen, if you're winning, that means God is in the neighborhood, okay? That's my perspective change. I'm like, if he did it for you, and he did it for her, he did it for somebody over there, that means he's around. So my turn is not too far down. I love showing up for people. I love supporting people. It looks like we are pursuing similar things. We have similar interests. We're in similar career paths. We're not doing the same thing to the T. I don't think, like, I truly, deeply inside of me, I don't believe that we are, like, we're literally, everybody is on their own path in their own lane. We're all just lined up next to each other. Maybe there will be some crossover at some point in the work that we're doing, but I have no point comparing myself to somebody else's season, what they're celebrating, how they're winning, doors that are opening up for them. I don't even think about it like that. And so I think that I'm in my season of showing up for others. That's what I'm in right now. I love this. I love this era. I've always been this friend, but I'm owning it even more now within my work share group with the program that I'm in. We meet on a monthly basis and we just reflect on what we're doing, what we're working on. And I find it interesting that every time I've, gotten on a call and everybody's sharing what they've created recently or how they're finding inspiration or just kind of like what they have going on, I always spoke about how I'm showing up for others. I'm like, time management right now looks strange for me. Time management is just pockets of time, right? I did that last episode about finding pockets of time to pour into my artistry. But I've been finding the most joy in showing up again and being in person again. I love being in person do not call me on the phone, pull up on me. Like nothing beats like an in-person connection. And so every time in the cohort group, when we would go around and ask, what has everybody been working on? I'm like, I haven't been creating, but I've been showing up for people. And that's been the energy this year, right? Again, learning to manage my time with working such long days and with such a long commute. Even at the end of a super long day, I am so excited to show up for others. I am like, I don't even want to think about creating work, girl. I need to be social. I need to check in with people. Girl, how you doing? How are you creating? Maybe I can find some inspiration from you. What you got going on? Yes, let's do dinner. Yes, I will come to that talk. Yes, I will come to that exhibition opening. Like, give me something to do. I'm in my season of showing up for others. Maybe it's interesting. When we think about our practice, when we think about the things that we create, we don't think about community as a form of art, question mark, question mark. We don't think the fact that showing up for friends, it's artistic, it's creative. Not even, I don't even know. It's the love that you pour in it. The care that you pour in it. It might not be an art form in itself. Bear with me as I'm like processing this thought out loud. But it's definitely a form of wellness. You can't argue with me on that. It's definitely a form of wellness. And so if I'm down bad and I'm not able to create, but like showing up for a friend can boost me up, that's a form of wellness, right? It revives you. It keeps you motivated. I'm in a season where I'm beating myself up like, dang, Len, you should be creating more. Like, why is your day so fully stacked? And at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do nothing. But like showing up for a friend and engaging in a compelling conversation about who knows what and leaving with gems, leaving motivated, leaving inspired, that's good enough for me. Not only am I showing up in that relationship, but I'm doing research. Yes, I've been calling it research. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing research. In the same energy with my job, right? In my job, I attend a lot of events on behalf of the museum. And yeah, I'm attending it to build relationships. But hello, I am human. I am also an artist. I show up as Lynn the artist and also Lynn the, the boss babe. But I'm able to take what I need personally, creatively, artistically from that experience. I can't separate the two. Yes, I'm attending an art conference on behalf of my job, but I am an artist at an art conference surrounded by artists. I'm gonna get something. I'm from what is it? What did Denzel say? I'm from around the corner. I'm leaving here with something. Okay. And so I'm in my season of showing up for my friends. And I love doing that at the end of a super long day. I look forward to that. I had a friend a few months back who, also in my cohort, sorry y'all, my voice is just scratchy. Okay. The temperature dropped to 60. I don't even want to get into talking about why it's 60 in the middle and not beginning of August. It's not middle of August, it's beginning of August. And so my body doesn't do well with like drastic temperatures changes, especially when it's supposed to be summer still. But anyways, the cohort that I'm in, one of the artists, she's a designer and she partnered with this organization to open an exhibition in the city of Worcester. And yeah, I just like after work I headed over. I had the time of my life. They had a panel. It's amazing to see her work as a designer, telling stories through her designs, through the work that she created. She explored sex trafficking and child, all of the things. Sorry, trigger warning. I probably should have said that. But just like the nuance in the work, it was dope. It was inspiring. That conversation was compelling. It scratched my brain in a way that I really needed it. Again, I can watch a YouTube panel discussion from the MFA or from MoMA or Studio, but I was in person. and I witnessed this work in person, and I got close up to it, and I engaged in conversation with other people. Like, that fed me. That is wellness to me. You know, another friend was doing, was that yesterday? No, that wasn't yesterday. That was Friday. Another friend did a pop-up downtown. She was part of like this, she did like a, what's it called? You know, tabling event. And I'm leaving work. I'm tired, but I'm like, I want to go to this. I want to show up for her. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to showing up for her. I'm looking forward to seeing the new pieces that she created for this fair. The city of Worcester, they tried this new thing where they did like a color of the city or color of the city. I don't even know, but it's like a creative fair. I didn't even know that was going on, right? So she put me onto that, but and she created such amazing, beautiful pieces, earrings, notebooks, prints, original stickers, pins. Like, she went all out designing so many different pieces for this. And so mind you, I'm leaving work and I'm like, I'm exhausted, but like, why did I sit there for 3 hours and just kick it with my girl? She inspired me, I inspired her. The conversation was riveting. Like, this is what I need. Again, we could have FaceTimed. We could have kikied. We could have checked in over text. How about that? But we were there in person, together, laughing, shouting in this park in front of all these people, having a grand old time. That's what matters to me. That's what matters to me. At the end of a very long work day, I might not have the energy to create, but I have all the energy in the world for a good kiki. I do. Yes, I do. I promise you I do. I promise you I'll find it. Now I am here in the city, showing up for my friend who is celebrating a new era of her life, which also inspires me in so many ways, right? Like, thankfully, I'm so grateful to her that I've been able to hold space for her throughout this entire process. And now it's like, girl, I'm here, and I'm just like, I'm looking at her like, girl, God is good. I'm like, girl, God is good, you know? So that feels good to me. That feels good to me. And I'm inspired. Look at this. I'm here, and I'm so inspired that I recorded a podcast episode. You don't know how inspiration tickles you in different ways. You don't know what comes out of it. Or maybe nothing comes out of it. I don't know. I'm a firm believer that something always comes out of everything. You know, like, you might not leave a conversation with like a partnership. Let's collab. Let's work together. But it's like, did you leave feeling motivated? Did you leave feeling inspired? Did you leave feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like your life is not over yet, that you still have so much to look forward to? I think there are always takeaways. I look for the takeaways. I do. And again, the takeaway is not always like a tangible collaboration. You do this for me, quid pro quo. You just for me, you rub my back, I rub your back. It's like, but I was able to be in person with somebody. We had an amazing connection. I laughed. I was inspired by her work. You know, for example, back to my friend who did the pop-up, she made these so cool stickers. I mean, not stickers, pins. Well, stickers too. And I was like, I design stickers personally. I love designing them. I love graphic designing and also printing them out. And I was like, I like the quality of your stickers. Boom, resource sharing. You know what I mean? And she creates pins. She takes photographs and I don't know how to explain it. It's cool. So I'm like, there's one of the pins that she created, and I'm like, this literally looks like my work. And I pulled up one of my photographs, and she gasped. So I was like, can we like experiment together? It's not about let's make this so we can sell it. It's like, I've never done this before. I never even explored it until she just showed me a pin with a photo. I never considered it like that. Whenever I think of pins, my mind is very limited. I think of corporate. I think of I think of, like a corporate pin with a logo. Like a logo is like the farthest my brain goes, but she has turned it into an art form where she like designs, she grabs images and puts on a pin. Like that blew my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, can I put my pictures on a pin? She's like, yeah, girl, let's hang out, right? It's not to make anything to sell. Let's figure out how we put your picture on these pins, girl. Things like that. I left inspired. I left excited to look at my work again. I don't be looking at my work for real. I just be like, oh, it's over there, So now I'm like, ooh, what can I put on a pin, girl? What would look good? So there's always ways that we leave these conversations, whether in person or virtually. I personally prefer in person. We're all different. Right? I've even done an assessment recently with my leadership coach that has affirmed that for me with my personality type. What is it again? We did a disc assessment. Dominance, influence. Oh my goodness, sorry. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Dr. Shares, girl. Look it up, disc assessment. But it talks about like your leadership style and just kind of like how you show up in group dynamics and relationships. And it was like highlighted, bold, underlined, italicized, all of the things that I prefer to do things in person. I am an in-person type of person. I always knew this about myself. I made a joke about it. I'm like, I don't know why, but I really feel good showing up in person. But that affirmed, like, girl, yeah. Okay? Don't text me, don't call me. Let's make plans to link up. Like, that is what truly, truly feeds me. And I will always find time. I will always find time to hang out. I will always find time to kiki. I will always find time to show up in person. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I feel really, really good. I feel really, really happy. Again, I'm navigating a season where I'm learning, right? I'm constantly trying to figure out, what does time management look like for me right now? Realistically, what does that look like right now? But I will never time manage myself out of a good hangout, girl. I will never strategize myself out of a good hangout, especially knowing that this is what feeds me. It feeds me on a wellness level. It fuels me in like a professional relationship building level. My leadership coach told me that I have to be in person, okay? So when I tell you we need to meet up for dinner, or let me come to your event, or you come to my event, it's because I need it. I need it very, very much, okay? Talk to my coach, not me. Ask her all the questions. It's crazy. It's crazy the things that we find out about ourselves. So yeah, anyways, again, feeling really good in a season where, I'm becoming the type of friend that shows up for my friends to support them genuinely, but also it feeds me. It feeds me in ways that I never expect. I always leave with something. I leave with care. I leave with joy. I leave with like an increased sense of self. I leave with motivation. I leave with inspiration. I'm always inspired. Whether I'm attending a friend's art fair, whether I'm attending a friend's art exhibition opening, or whether I'm celebrating with a friend, whether I'm just celebrating a new season, I always leave inspired. And so yeah, when I hit you up trying to make plans with you, don't play with me. I will get my leadership coach on you. If I hit you up and I'm like, can we please hang out? Can we please link up? And you're like, nah, we can FaceTime. I will block you. If I like you enough, I'll tell my my leadership coach on you. But if I don't like you, I'm blocking you. Because you are getting in the way of my wellness. I need this. I need to be able to hold your hand and hug you and laugh out loud and kiki. I need this. All right, y'all. This has been good fun. This has been great. Let me go and be in person again. Okay? I hope that you're allowing yourself to show up for your friends. Or maybe this is something that's like super important for you, but I challenge you to explore it. Explore it. Do things in person. Meet up with people. Link up. See what happens. We need that. We need to get back to touching grass again. There's always something beautiful in just in-person connections, and so I hope you give yourself that space. All right, y'all take it easy. Love you so much. Alrighty, bye.
I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me.